Hello, welcome to LEV Toys. Today I'm going to create a teeny tiny diorama display scene type thing for a Disney princess, and I'm going to use these to display each of my Disney princesses, and we're going to create from scratch. So we're going to start with Ariel. She's going to be the first princess we're going to create a display for, and this is going to be my base plate, and we need some curvy bits to go out the front. So it's just going to be a small scene, and it's just going to have a few things in it that depict what Ariel's life is all about. And we're going to need a little jumper for her to be on at the front here. So that's the general shape and the idea, but of course that's pretty boring. So we need to build it out at the back. So we're going to have lots of water and sand, and of course we need to connect these two pieces together as well. So I'm going to use that other jumper for something else. I have a plan. But first up, let's build some walls around, some water walls. So we might put some sand down here on our watery bed, and I'm just using what I can find. So there's going to be a mixture of shapes and textures and probably different colors. We'll just see what we can do. So a nice big see-through blue watery wall for the side, and then along the back I'm going to just put a bit of purple in just to mix it up. And this nice big blue one came out of the one of the Lego Elves, the Spa set. So that's where this is from, with the cool little sticker down the front there. Now we're going to put some more water up this side. We'll just build it up. Here's one with a fish sticker on it, which I thought was pretty cute. That one's come off one of the fish tank, a fish tank out of one of the Lego Friends sets. And of course we're going to need to click these all in together somehow. So we'll do that and just make it look a bit pretty on the top, with maybe, or drop that bit, a little water drop, with maybe a bit of a waterfall effect kind of look. So we'll have the water flowing down there, and a bit of a pink corally bit and purple corally bit on there too. And we're going to make our fountain go down here, so it's kind of like a waterfall. There. That looks pretty nice for the back. I like that. So to continue our box, we're going to actually put something on the back here which is going to hinge the next scene for the next Lego princess onto this one when we build it. I'm only building one today, but we're going to have a bit of forethought here and put our little hinge on here. And I'll show you how that will work at the end of the video when we finish doing this little scene. So we'll build up some more water and a little bit of sand, and maybe a bit more cascading water down this side. Hold on, I need something down there so that can connect. It's going to cascade down onto this bit of water there, up that bit of sand there, more water. So a little watery scene for Ariel, which is perfect because that's where we know her best, is in the water. And I might turn that to the side. There. That looks good. So that's our watery frame. We might make a bit more sand down here and just extend the water just with some smooth pieces all the way down the front, and that also helps snap our little rounded pieces, our half circles on the front on. Now, I'll just tidy up the top of this wall, and then we'll start being creative about what we're going to put on the inside. Now, not too much because there's not a lot of room. So there's a little rock. I might move it forward. Oh, I don't know quite where I'm going to want that. I might move that later. And I'm just going to build up a bit of sand, rock, and some coral. This one's going to be, if I can get it on there, a little flower, a little corally flower. So that's the idea. It looks quite sparse at the moment. Let's move Ariel out because we're not finished yet. So a nice big sandy build up in the back here is what we're aiming for at the moment. And a bit of seaweed or green for algae. There we are. And a clamshell. And over here we're going to put some very nice coral. Sparkly coral. A bit more algae down the front. And I think that's pretty much, yeah, I just don't quite know where I want that rock. Now, this trunk, of course, is where she keeps all of her treasures, but I'm just going to put a dingle hopper in it because that's all she really needs. It's only a small scene. We'll just put it in, and I didn't want it to go straight on that jumper. I actually want it to go on a bit of an angle. So I'm just going to move all of my built up area in here, all of my sand, rocky, algae, corally bit, I'm just going to move it back one space so it's right near the back. And we'll see if that works. There's always a bit of trial and error when you're putting together a new build like this. So let's have a look. There we go. So I didn't like it flat on, I just like it to go in like that. So you can see how that works. That looks really good. I really am happy with that. We're going to need just a bit more decoration though. So just little things, we don't need to build anything more up. A bit of coral on the top here of the trunk, maybe there. I don't know quite where I want it, I'll decide at the end when I look at it all together. And a big pink sea anemone on the front and a starfish down here. And over here on the rock, we're going to put flounder. It's important that Ariel gets her good friend in here. Keep her company. Otherwise it'd be a bit lonely in her own little teeny tiny diorama. And up here on the top, maybe just a bit more colourful, seaweedy, corally type stuff. Just to set it off, a bit of colour on the top, and that, I think we're ready. All right, Ariel, you are ready to take pride of place here in the front of our teeny tiny diorama. And that looks really good. Let's check it from all the angles. It looks nice from this angle. It looks good from front on, and from this side, the see-through wall is actually really nice because it means that we can see through from that side too. So, now that we've built one, look at that. It's a wonderful little display for Ariel, but she's going to be lonely if we don't put the other princesses in. So this is where we're going to hinge our next part. I've just realised I've done something wrong. I'm not going to be able to get this hinge in here because it's I needed to put it in the first place. So I'll just pull this out and put it on. There we go. Easily fixed. So this hinge is where we're going to put the next little display for the next princess. And I don't know what colour I'm going to have, but we're going to use an 8x6 piece and a half circle on the front, just like we achieved on Ariel's display. We'll just set it up as green at the moment, but it all depends upon which princess we decide to use. But this is how it will go. So it will sit right next to Ariel's display, and we can either swing it out or we can sit them right there together. You can also use one of these little hole pieces and use it like that. So you can actually snap them together, but they won't swing in and out like that. They'll just stay nice and tight, which will work perfectly well. So we've got a couple of options on how we can connect them together. But now I have to decide, which princess are we going to use next? Are we going to build the next little tiny diorama for? So maybe you can choose for me, maybe Belle, maybe Moana, or Rapunzel, or any of the other Disney princesses really. It is up to you. Leave me a comment and I will build the next tiny diorama for the next Disney princess. I am planning it already in my head. Alright, make sure you don't miss any of my future videos by subscribing and clicking the little bell that's at the top. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this build. And if you make your own build, can I see a picture of it on Facebook? Can you put it on my Facebook page, please? I would love to see it. And I'm going to see you with another video very, very soon.